So let me explain what I mean when I say cleansing yourself all in all. Once you cleanse yourself of everything, toxins, parasites, mental, all of these things that I talked about, now you've got to maintain it. And that's the part that's the most difficult. And that's where getting away from society standards come from. Once you get away from society standards, it's going to be easier for you to manage your health and wellness and your healing and recovery. Because once you realize the truth about so many things and you see things for what they are, you make better choices. Once you research to make sure what you're doing is the right thing to do, you will be healthier. Once you stop trying to be a part of things and a part of something that you should be a part of, once you accept the fact that when somebody says one single solitary negative thing about you, that you cut them loose, that's how that works. When I got into learning about spirituality and learned about spiritual baths and about cleansing, and I learned about the importance of having spiritual candles in my house and having that, road openers and opening your third eye, it completely changed my life. So now it's not about society standards, it's about God's standards. And living God's standards is not easy. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that it is. There are a lot of people that go to church and they still do demonic things when they leave church. That's not how I operate. I don't believe in infidelity. I don't believe in hurting anybody. I don't believe in doing anything against anybody because I have a conscience and I feel horrible when I do something wrong. Now, there's a difference between that and I don't want people in my business. And I'm trying to move in silence. If I'm trying to move in silence, I'm not going to tell you nothing. I'm going to let you believe whatever it is that, you choose to believe. But when you cleanse yourself of all of these things, all these infections, bacteria, parasites, once you cleanse yourself mentally of all the negative thoughts that you have, not only about yourself, but all the negative things that you're holding on to when it comes to people. When you let go of what was and you focus on what is and what will be, when you get you a good night's sleep, when you eat well, when you're training your body to something new, no, it's not going to be easy. And at first, it's going to reject it. But then eventually, it's going to accept it because it's going to be like, wait a minute, I actually feel good. So when you connect the mind to the body, your decisions are not just about up here. It's also about this because this reacts to what goes on here. So, and here. So, you have to understand your body has feelings too. It speaks too. Your body talks no differently than you do. This just speaks for it. So, this makes this speak. So, when this and this and this and this and this and all of this, based on your five senses, that is what's important. Your five senses is going to be presented a whole lot of things. The question is, what do you choose to consume and acknowledge? And you got to realize, based upon that, what is going to impact and affect you. This. You need to protect this, but you also need to protect yourself internally. And you do that by protecting this. By making better choices, decisions, actions, and behavior, you'll be healthier, you'll be more well, and you'll live a longer and better life. The reason we don't live a longer life is because we're too focused on everybody else, what everybody else is doing, and that's just not a good look. You got to focus on you. And you have to understand the value of you. So, yes, I am selfish when it comes down to protecting me. I am selfish when it comes down to now what I have and what I work hard for. No, I do not give it to everybody else. But I am not selfish when it comes to giving to those that really are in need. I am not selfish when it comes down to building something that's going to help people. In the end, I'm not selfish in that way. So when people say, oh, you're selfish, no. God said you have to protect you. That's why you're selfish, because you're protecting you. Not because you're being mean, not because you want to be stingy. It's just you give back to those that really are truthfully speaking in need. So, for example, if you have people that work for you, you going to make sure they have daycare. You going to make sure they're good because you want to make sure that they're able to work for you. You're going to make sure that they're taken care of. Make sure that they're happy to come to work every day. Making sure they have insurance. That's different than taking care of your family. That's a whole different situation. These people work for you. And sometimes people that work for you are more your family than anybody else because that's who you spend most of your time with for 8 hours a day. More so than your family. So I need you to understand that when you get away from society standards and you get away from all the chaos, you have no idea how healthier and happier you are. While everybody is running around trying to date somebody, you ain't thinking about that. While everybody else is trying to get rich, you're getting rich naturally. Why? Because you're not doing all of the things that you're not supposed to. You're not rushing the process. You're letting the process happen. All you're doing is putting it out there, and that's it. And those that will come, will come. Just like my podcast. Just did a podcast. Now it's doing pretty well. Same thing with the Country Wayne skits. Did a Country Wayne skit. Here y'all are. So sometimes you don't have to go looking for nothing. Whatever's meant for you will either find you or you'll find each other. That's how that works. So it's just like when this book come out. I'm going to put it out, and I probably will promote it. But I'm just going to let people know I got a book out about recovery, and if you're interested, please come check it out. My courses, if you're interested, please come check it out. But it's not going to be because I have on a suit, and it's certainly not going to be because I'm dressed up. It's going to be because I'm real and I'm authentic. And I really do want to help people, which is what God put me on this earth to do. But now I'm doing things the way God wants me to do and not the way everybody else wants me to. So at the end of the day, just because you're in a place doesn't mean you have to follow what everybody else does. I'm an individual. I'm not a group. I'm an individual. At the end of the day, I'm only a group when I choose to be in one. And half the time, and the majority of the time, I don't want to be in one unless I am working or I'm helping a group of people or I'm training. But in my personal life, no, my circle is very small, and I prefer it that way. I prefer it small, simple, and straight to the point. But at the end of the day, when I got away from society's standards and I started doing things differently, I have been so much healthier. I'm telling you, when I stopped and left the sex cult situation alone, I mean, what happened in that sex cult was the best thing that could have happened to me. Because when I tell you it broke chains, it broke a lot of things that were holding me back. And I thank God for that. So that situation just made me better, honestly. All the negative things that happened just moved things out the way they weren't supposed to be there. Pretty much. That's pretty much it with that. So at the end of the day, like I said, when you get away from society and you walk to the beat of your own drum, you'll see how healthier and happier that you are. But you'll also see all the blessings that God has kept from you because you kept giving away your blessings to other people that didn't deserve it.